What's up? It's your boy Reemus, and this one is for the ladies because we're answering the question, or at least pondering this question. If men are so bad, why is it that you are dealing with more of them? This is extremely significant in this time, and at least in Western culture, because we've said that being liberated is empowering. And I've talked about this before, saying, well, this culture is liberated with no limits. And we're going to unpack how actually it's not really that empowering to just be spreading yourself or giving yourself away to, many people who don't really deserve it. This is very important for feminine energy, because the more experiences you have that bring on trauma or reasons to be guarded, the more you'll be out of your feminine energy. And you only really want to be in situations that support your feminine energy. And that includes with men, of course, right? So we have to ask the question, why is it empowering to increase access to that which is sacred about you? Because we always talk about the greatness of a woman's reproductive abilities, which is, hey, you are able to bring through life into this world. You take it from, one cell and trillions of cells and so on into a baby, and you do one of the most important acts ever, right? Which is to bring someone into, physical reality. That's nothing to play with. So that is why the body of a woman is considered so sacred and so valuable, because it does that. That is no joke. So there's inherent value in women just because of that reason. So why is it empowering to increase the amount of people that are able to get access to the thing, the source, the divine source that is able to do that? That makes no sense, right? And then on top of this, you have in this culture people complaining about the lack of quality available men. So this doesn't make sense. If the availability of quality men are low, who are you giving this access to? That means it's low quality men. So you're giving low quality men access to something which is high quality when considered by nature's standards, which is your body. This is why we call your body a temple. Just like you go into a holy place and that is a temple, this is a holy place, right? So we're increasing the access that these men have, which they shouldn't have, to your body. And then on top of that, we're calling it empowerment. And then because we're doing this, you are finding yourself in situations where you become more bitter, frustrated, and hateful of men. But this should be expected. It's literally like 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. You sleep with random men who don't deserve it. I think that should equal more trauma, more neglect, more abuse, more reasons to say, you know what, men are bad, men are bad. Now, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Men are not actually bad, depending on who you are. Because if you're a traditional, conservative, or religious person, they don't have this perception of men being bad, men being bad. Like, they're liberated, empowered women. Do you know why? Because she's more selective with who she deals with. So naturally, she just sees men in a good way, because the men that have access to her have to be good. You can't have access to her if you're not a quality person. So in their perspective, they only deal with good men. So to them, it's like, well, of course, men are good. Men are not bad. Men are not evil, and all of these things, because they're so selective with who gets access. And that's the reason why you see conservative, traditional-minded women. They don't have this, oh, I hate men, compete with men, have to protect myself, have to be fearful of men, and so on, because they're selective. But they just told us that, not being selective is true empowerment, which is definitely not true, right? But the question is, if men ain't shit, why are they able to hit it? That definitely doesn't make sense. You're giving them the gift. You're giving them the reward without making them earn it. So when we say, hey, a man has to earn it before he can get access to you, whether that be physically, mentally, spiritually, and so on, even if it means your feminine femininity and all of the bliss and the benefits that come with that expression, isn't it more empowering for us to say, hey, he has to earn it? You know, that's the two E's. He has to earn it, and that is actually empowered. That is true empowerment. That is true value. That is true power. You know, saying, you know what, that person, no, they have to earn access. They have to show that they're worthy. Isn't that a more empowered way to look at it, rather than, hey, just because I like him, just because I think he's handsome, and just because I want to be like what a man is, or how some men conduct themselves, or how many men conduct themselves, that's empowerment. No, that's not empowerment. That's not, right? Doesn't mean, you know, again, you have the choice to do whatever you want to do, but just remember, just like I said, 1 + 1 = 2, a certain action will get a certain result. And if men ain't shit, then they shouldn't be able to hit it. But anyway, I want to know what you think, right? So comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.